first topic up for debate this afternoon on the show. Harder to guard. I want to talk about and debate some of the most unstoppable offensive players in the NBA. Who's more unguardable in your eyes? We'll start off with this one, Hank. Giannis or Anthony Davis? Who's more unguardable?
I would say it would have to be Anthony Davis because he has more in his repertoire.
Okay, okay. JJ, who's more unguardable in the NBA? Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid?
I would say right now Jokic. What Jokic has done the last few years, I know Embiid won the MVP, and Embiid is still very good, and at times he can be unstoppable, but Jokic just has so many different things he can do, and it's just I'm going to lean a little more toward Jokic than Embiid.
What about these two? Who would you say is the most unguardable? Ja Morant or Kyrie Irving? JJ, I'm going to go right back to you. Kyrie or Ja?
Well, I think if you have a healthy Ja Morant, I understand Kyrie can do a little more than Ja, but when Ja is playing well, it's almost impossible to stop him. I know he doesn't have as many. He's not as good of a shooter as Kyrie is, but man, Ja, he's special, and I think right now I would lean a little towards Morant than Irving.
What about you, Hank, with that one? Because I'm going with Kyrie because I think Kyrie is a better finisher.
Well, if we're going off of them right now, that first step and the bounce is crazy. It's hard to defend him. It's sort of like another Iverson. Of course, Kyrie's got more in the bag, but as far as staying in front of, he don't need as many dribbles to get past you.
What about people are going to laugh at this one, but I'm never going to leave my guy out of any equation if I don't have to. LeBron James or Steph Curry? Who's more unguardable right now?
Right now? That's a tough question.
It's LeBron. How tough is it, JJ? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to show my man the King some love tonight, man. Yeah, stopping LeBron James in year 21. I need to know.
I would probably say yes, LeBron at the moment. And when he's healthy and when his team actually around him is playing well, it's very hard to stop LeBron. Curry is still up there, but yeah, I would probably go a little more toward LeBron than Curry.
Where you at with that, Hank? You hater on the low?
You said who?
You hater on the low? I said, where you at with it, man? I got to talk to the bosses about Hank, man. I
swear. Bron, I give it to Bron, but Steph is right up there with him.
But you give it to LeBron?
You give it to Bron.
Last but not least, most unguardable player in the NBA. Who's more unguardable to you, Hank? Luka or Jason Tatum?
I might have to go with Luka on this one.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a lot of moves, and he's very clutch.
JT don't? JT isn't?
Yeah, I think Luka's a little bit more clutch than JT. I actually don't have Boston going to the finals this year. I know they look deep and everything. I don't see it.
This is where I be feeling like I have to get like a new television, because I don't understand how y'all define Luka having all this clutch gene and ain't went nowhere. But you have guys like Jason Tatum who has at least went to the final round, but I don't understand what sample size do y'all be going off of when it comes to Luka to say he's so clutch? Where has he been?
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. If you think about it, Luka doesn't have the same type of team that Tatum has. And I mean, Luka was able to lead the Mavs to the conference finals, 2 years ago? Beat Phoenix, which was impressive. I know Tatum's been to the finals, but he did blow a 2-1 lead, or they had a huge lead going into that third quarter against Golden State and still lost the series. So I'd have to agree with you, Hank. I think Luka is he's probably going to, right now, I think he's the front runner for MVP too. So.
Yeah, like you're saying, I was going to say make that same point is Boston's got a squad for years now. I mean, Steph Curry was even scared of them for a while He thought they were going to be the team to run the East.
Hmm.
So Luka, his short sample size, has done a pretty good job with less.
Who's the most overall unguardable person in the NBA? When you look at everybody, we look at all the stars being aligned. Who's the most unguardable? And I didn't even put Kawhi in this equation for the comparison, but we can throw him. But who's the most unguardable player in the NBA right now?
I think right now there's a few guys that come to mind, but I mean, he just won the championship. I mean, Jokic is so good right now. I mean, Giannis is up there too, especially when he's driving, but he doesn't have. I'd still have to go Luka. He just won the championship. I'm going to stick with Luka. I know that's not the best. A lot of people aren't going to necessarily agree with me on that, but he just won the championship, so I'm going to have to stick with Jokic.
Watching how Embiid did Joker, especially when they go head to head, that doesn't give you any cause to pause, JJ, when you talk about Nikola Jokic.
Well, Embiid's good too, and that was impressive what Embiid did, but I'd still, at the moment, I would lean a little more towards Jokic.
I got you.
Embiid's still really good, though. I mean, he won the MVP last year, so.
True. Might win it again if he can stay on the court. Who's the most unguardable, Hank?
Well, he stole my thunder with Jokic.
Is Jokic again?
Yeah, but, I'm going to give a different person. I'm going to go with Embiid for this year. He stays on, like you say, he stays on the court and plays throughout the whole playoffs. He might be able to get to the finals. It'd be his Shaq moment. Dwight Howard moment.
Gotcha.